Let's go. I'm Christopher Pitt, and welcome to the Pursuit to Own podcast. At Pursuit to Own, we are pursuing ownership at every level of life. Whether it's mindset, business, life, or real estate, our goal is to get you from renting to owning your future. See, I felt the pain of poverty growing up as a sharecropper in zip code 27843. I understand the struggle of living in a one-bedroom shack, owning nothing, not even running water. But I turned that pain into purpose by becoming a premier affordable housing community developer, providing 27,843 ownership opportunities in marginalized communities. Here's the truth. Ownership starts in your mind, regardless of your situation or location. Whether you are escaping the poverty trap, buying a home, or starting a business, the pursuit to own mindset is the key to unlocking your zip code and success. Join me to discuss new innovative ways to own real estate with tokenization, blockchain, crowdfunding, fractional ownership, and so much more. Let's go.
Welcome back to Pursuit to Own. Today, we're getting right down to where this conversation needs to go now because, guys, we are running out of time, right? We are running out of time on many fronts, right? For people to understand where we're going with this situation, right? What I'm talking about is we are running out of time to pursue our dreams, right? We are running out of time to pursue our dreams. Because right now, as we speak, everything is changing, right? The way we do everything every day is changing behind the scenes. But so many of us are just walking through life as if it's not happening. And of course, I'm referencing AI. I'm representing digital currency. I'm representing, it's just so many things that are happening that are going to affect you and what you do going forward. And here's the thing that get us all, especially from first generation people, we never see it coming. Aren't we tired of aren't we just tired of always having to catch up in life? Aren't we tired of that? Like the minute we get the old system figured out, financial literacy figured out, they change it. It's all being changed, right? They never had it in your schools. They never taught pretty much how to run a business. Even in college, they teach you how to get a job, right? All this stuff is about getting a job, keeping you locked into space. And then all of a sudden, over the last 5 years, you think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden financial literacy is a buzzword. Y'all think that's by accident? No. They giving it away. Know why they giving it away? Because it's not going to mean nothing here soon. You heard me. What we're talking about now, ways of making money, how you make money, does not matter 5 years from now. The stuff you're doing today, it ain't gonna matter. Everything is changing. And the reason why I'm on this, this so focused today, because I got to change myself. Again, I'm just like you. Like, I bootstrap myself up to get to a certain point. And then I also have to pivot and get ready for what's coming. Right? But that's the thing. You have to be in position to pivot. But if you still stuck trying to get to the first step, second step, you're running out of time. You're running out of time. Like everybody, if you ain't got in pursuit yet, today is your day. You don't have to worry about just hearing it from me. All you have to do is just look at the internet. Right? Go to ChatGPT. Just play with it for a day. Play with it for a week. And see what it can do. And see, I'm very different, right? When I look at the first thing I think about when I use it, because I use it, guys. I'm not playing around. I use it, right? I need to be on the forefront of this thing, right? When I use it, every time it does something for me, you know what I think about? I think about all you. All of my first-time home buyers. I think about all the people that are just grinding, blue collar, barely getting to that middle class, that fight that you've been so proud of. I'm thinking about you every time I use it. Why? Because I count all the people that just lost a job every time I use this thing. And look, this is what's happening. Now, the truth about this whole thing is, at least you know. And you may not take it to heart yet, But they're telling you. They're telling you. You have to understand something. When wealthy people are out in the marketplace, they're not talking from today. Their viewpoint is not from today. Their viewpoint is 5, 10, 15 years, right? They are working in the future as we speak. That's right. Your Amazons are working in the future. Facebook is working in the future, right? They're working. Elon is working in the future. So when they come out and say something, they say it in confidence because it's already happening. It's already happening. So when are we going to wake up? Right? I'm saying this because, guys, this is something we have never faced. Even for me in real estate, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. And I'm not telling you it's good, bad, or different. I'm just telling you be ready. Be ready. Right? Because you got to think about it. I went from tobacco fields and now I'm tokenizing real estate. Do you know how far of a gap that were when I grew up? I couldn't fathom anything like that. And now it's becoming a day-to-day transaction. Right? But AI is right in your face, guys. AI is right in your face. And you got to pay attention when you hear these leaders of CEOs going out and they're starting to tell people we are, the workforce. I mean, Google flat out said in 5 years he wants to replace everybody writing code. This is Google, right? What everybody are instructing their people to do is find a way to use AI to replace yourself. Because you know why? It's only going to need a few more people. I'm saying all this not to be fear bait. What I'm telling you is get in position. Because what you have to do is do what the rich are doing. Something I never do, right? They're not talking from today, people. They're talking 3 years from now, 5 years from now. They have the space. I mean, they have these, operations that run 5 years ahead of where we're going to be at. They already know, guys. They're just proving the concept and trying to figure out a way that it doesn't cause just complete pandemonium, right? Pet is happening. If you could get into one of these rooms with Elon Musk and he can show you what he's working on for the future, I don't even think people can handle it. You see how far it's going, especially with his robots, right? Now, I haven't been in the room, but I have people around me. I do a lot of research, and just based on my own research, it's stunning what is happening. Again, I'm bringing this all up because it doesn't matter if you're in real estate. Doesn't matter you in banking. Doesn't matter you in healthcare. Doesn't matter if you're in insurance. Everybody can get it right now, right? They're coming for everybody, right? Again, you can sit here and not do anything, or you can get in pursuit. And that's what we're talking about. We're going to get in pursuit, guys, because you can't stop the inevitable. It's happening. The thing I want everybody to take from this call today is purpose. Oh, you heard me. Purpose. What are the things that AI or robotics in general can't do? Well, and they can't do it for a very long time. They cannot have purpose. Regardless, they are here. They are running off a code to do tasks, right? They're here to figure out complex problems, but they can't have purpose. Their feelings don't get hurt. They didn't grow up in a bad area. They didn't get beat as a child. They didn't get beat as a woman. They didn't get, seeing their father go to jail for, drug dealing, right? They're never going to have those experience, right? They are never going to have that experience, right? A lot of the time, purpose is birth and pain. We know that, right? They are not going to ever feel pain. So if they don't feel pain, how can they ever have purpose? And the better question is, how can they ever teach purpose? How do they align themselves with someone of purpose? This is going to be the thing that you and me got to double down on. You got to double down on purpose, right? As you can see, at the end of the day, it's still people here. You still got to have connection. Again, it doesn't matter what job you do. You're going to have to figure out how to tie purpose into it. Because if it's a task, it's something that can be outsourced, right? And that goes for everybody, not just white collar lawyers, everybody, right? This is for everybody. But what I want to talk about is purpose, because purpose is something, it's so funny. Let me just back up for a second. Do you know I have a better opportunity if I just want to say, hey, I want a course for $1, blah, 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 to sell, than other than saying, hey, look, here's my purpose. I'm going to show you how to build, your purpose from your pain and get you into your next property. Do you know which one to sell faster? The $1, right? Because we have overlooked purpose for forever, right? People that are working in their purpose, you got to understand the grind that person went through. If they're in a company, it's a little bit better. They have a structure they're working with, right? But they're in their personal, I'm talking about the guy who's in their personal, the lady who's in their personal purpose. They're running their own company. They're running their own program based off of what happened to them and what they learned from and what pain did they put into purpose, right? I'm talking about them. You can't imagine what they went through to be sitting in that chair. Or you can't imagine what that person witnessed. Sometimes they don't actually go to it. Remember, sometimes they close enough to it that they feel it never goes away. I'm talking to those people, right? Those people. Do you know what those people go through? Let me tell you something. Purpose is not on the balance sheet. When you start talking about purpose, a lot of the time people get that and nonprofits really, really close. And you know what nonprofit is? You don't make money. Or it's at such a small margin that no one wants to do it. But what if I tell you that is going to be the biggest economy coming? Because you are going to have to connect to people now. That's right. We spent so much time getting away from people. We use social media on our phones. But the greatest skill you're going to have going forward is understanding your purpose and understanding how to get people into their purpose. That's the only way you're going to make it, right? Again, get yourself in position. I'm in real estate, right? Again, someone went from the tobacco field to tokenized real estate. I'm seeing how AI is coming in and they're actually doing things better than people. We're talking about contracts. We're talking about reading 100-page documents. We're talking about deeds. We're talking about any of this stuff that would take weeks for someone to do. They're analyzing it in seconds. Seconds. Something that would have took me a week to overlook, cross-check, do all this stuff, they do it in seconds. I don't know if I'm afraid or just damn excited. I don't know which one it is every time that happens because it's an unbelievable thing. And the accuracy of it. And like, again, the more you use it, the more research you're putting in it, the better it gets. Never have a bad day. They never sleep. They're never tired. They're never mad at you. It's just literally going to get done what you ask it to do, right? That's a powerful tool. The problem is people don't understand how fast technology moves because I'm telling you now, what people are doing today is not what they're working on right now, right? We don't see it coming because they're already 5 years in the future working on it. They already know what AI is going to look like. They already know what jobs are going to be gone. They already know how people are going to need to make money, right? They already know what industries are going to get hit the worst. They already know it. The question is, do you? And do you wait for it? Or do you get in pursuit? Now, the thing we all going to have to do is find the thing that you connect to that's going to get you through all this, right? because the day-to-day stuff is just not there anymore, right? For me, when people think about real estate, they think it's one of those safer, you know, I guess industries from that kind of space, right? But it's not. How? Because real estate can only function if we have renters or buyers. So if our renters and buyers are affected, we have no business. What happens if our people that normally rent from us, our people that normally buy from us, no longer work? That's what we're looking at, guys. That's why I'm on the screen talking to you, right? Because some people are going to get caught off guard by this. They really are. So at Pursuit to Own, we are really digging into that, man. We are really turning our workforce development. Like it's such a hard 180. Like if it's something old school, I just don't even want to do it anymore. Like I rather fail forward in this technology and try to figure it out. But then to keep doing something the old way, because it doesn't make sense anymore, guys. It just doesn't make sense. So we got to get back into what is your purpose. So we're going to quickly talk about that for a second. See, for me, my purpose lies in home and housing and securities, right? Again, grew up, I didn't wish for it. It was a situation I was born into, right? But it played such a role on me that I never quite got out of that state of mind, right? That fear, right? Always, not having anything, somebody can take it. Not good enough. All those things, me, college graduate, MBA, tons of work experience, I still have to tell myself this stuff, right? I still got to look in that mirror, right? And say, look, you already overcame that. You can overcome this. And those are the people that's going to win. Those are the people that's going to win. Because if you're not used to fighting for what you want in the future, you're not going to have a future. Right? Because once things starts to change and the masses starting to get displaced or jobs starts, to not be there, people were assuming that was off limits. You remember that good government job? Right? How you think those people in the government feel? The good government job. A population I work with greatly now. People with Section 8 vouchers, untouchable until now. You got 47% budget cuts coming. Do you know what that's going to do to people? It is 17 to 18,000 people are normally on waiting lists around the country in most cities, right? Instantly, they've been on that list 10 years probably, waiting for that open. They're opening the housing door and opening. And just like that, boom, all of them been notified they're no longer on the waiting list. Boom, that's just the start. Oh, by the way, now they're saying not only are we going to cut the waiting list, we're gonna knock down to the people that they call able-bodied. Able-bodied means if you could get up, you're in good state of mind, you should be working. And guess what? If they put that into play, that means those people has 2 years to figure out a way to get self-sufficient. Now you tell me, if a person, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but if a person has been on Section 8, say 5 years, 10 years, I'd go even further. People that was on Section 8, that their father was on Section 8, then the kids wind up on Section 8, which I understand that's the problem, right? But if you got a group of people like that, doesn't mean they bad people, but if you got a group of people that was on Section 8 for generations or Section 8 for a long period of time, and they have not got self-efficient, how they don't get self-efficient now in 2 years? Just because you said? Oh, peep this though. But watch this. You got 2 years to be self-efficient. And guess what's going to happen? All the jobs that you probably could have got are no longer going to be there for you. Does anybody understanding this? Do you see what's happening here? Right? You putting the most vulnerable people on a 2-year plan with no long-term exit in sight. How in the world is that going to work? It's not. It's not. And that scenario is playing out in other parts of the industry, in other people's lives. That's why I'm bringing it up. I'm talking about my profession. It's happening in yours. It's happening in yours. You were in research. Research was seen as a prestigious job. They are eliminating the whole budget for R&D for some of these places. That's right. So if you're a researcher and you can't research, what do you do? What do you do? Why do I bring this up? Because that researcher, right? That researcher has a family. That researcher typically probably own a home. What happens to that person? What happens? And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, we all gonna have to reinvent ourselves. Right? God, look, for me, this is 4.0 version of me. I gotta go to 5. I gotta go to the 5.0 version of Chris right here, right now. I have to. You know why? Because I gotta protect my family. I gotta figure this out. You should be thinking the same thing, right? Don't wait till it happens and try. It's too late. It's too late. This is the rare time when people are telling you up front, this is happening. They can't tell you how bad it's going to be because everybody would just completely freak out and they can't have chaos in the country, even though we got chaos in the country, right? So they got to mask the messaging of how bad this is going to be. And the only reason I'm even talking about it because I've never seen anything like this before at the speed. It's the speed of it that I've never seen before. It's one thing to adapt to changes. We can do that. We have done that forever. Adapt to changes. But we haven't adapted at this speed. The things that they're figuring out now and moving forward, it's 10 years, 15 years ahead, guys. And they can have it turn on at the click of a button. When you start talking about countries spending hundreds of billions of dollars into a certain thing, AI. Now we have an AI race, right? It's like armed, like who's going to be the superpower? That is what America is fighting for right now, right? Who is going to be the superpower in the next 10 years? Isn't that crazy? 2 years ago, it was no question about it, right? America, you are the leader. Things are great in America. And now, what are we fighting for, whether we like it or not? Who is going to be the superpower for your kids? Who is going to be the superpower? All because of AI. All because of robotics, guys. Not because, we changed the car and went from the horse to the car, right? This thing is global and it's in seconds, right? We don't have a chance. Once they hit the button, whoever that may be, America, China, whoever, once they start it, it cannot be stopped. Everybody else has to keep up. One of the biggest drivers to the U.S. being a successful country, being a leader, is because before it was the race for the nuclear weapon, right? Whoever had the biggest gun or the biggest missile that can do the most damage, guess what? They can deter others. It's the same thing times 10. Same thing, maybe times 100. It is the race to get AI implemented in everything a country does. What does it do? A lot of great things, right? It brings efficiencies down. It can solve stuff that we haven't personally solved out yet, right? It's a lot of benefit to it. But the downside, I've never seen the downside of something like this. Because I'm in the field right now where workforce development is a part of what I do. I still think we're talking about stuff 10 years ago. And I'm like, who is going to fix this delta? How are you going to get people from here to over here? They've been doing this for so long and barely getting to the point now where they're just catching up of how to run your life and be pretty much financial okay, right? How do you be the CEO of yourself and how do you get your financial health in check, right? We just got here. Now we're changing it all. So I'm gonna really dive into this, guys, because this thing is changing every day. You're going to watch me change. Look, I'm telling you, man, as of today, look, I don't know enough about AI. I am just starting my journey. I'm going to share that journey with you because I need you to get in pursuit. Your family needs you to get in pursuit. That's right. Your kids need you to get in pursuit. There's a different day ahead of us, guys, right? Whether you're in real estate, whether you're in healthcare, whether you're in insurance, doesn't matter. Pick the industry. That one common thread we all gonna have to get really, really good at is finding your purpose. Those are the people that are gonna position themselves to be able to use AI to distribute their purpose across the masses. That's where we're going. And you're talking about, it ain't, look, here's the best part. Like all these degrees, like I got an MBA, that made me special. Why? Because it was access to knowledge. That's what you pay for, right? You go there, but it's all about you understanding, you're getting the information. What happens is everybody got the information and one leaves. Everybody got it in their hand now. I'm talking about a person that never goes to school, know just as much as you, and you may be a PhD because their phone do. And at the end of the day, you just need the answer. Who cares about how you got it? You just need the answer. So the answer for you right now is to dig down, figure out whatever that things that have been on your heart since you've been working, since you've been an adult, the thing you wish you could do. Today is the day you start to figure that out. And you need to figure it out now, right? Because we need to get ourselves in position to be in pursuit. Until the meantime, until the next time, stay in pursuit. Let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Pursuit to Own podcast. If today's episode inspired you, don't stop here. Take the next step toward owning your future. Visit pursuittoown.com to sign up and join our growing community of wealth builders. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Pursuit to Own for updates, tips, and success stories. Together, we're turning dreams into assets. Until next time, stay in pursuit.